Hey guys, good morning. I'm telling you guys good morning just because it is currently 6 a.m. in New York City on a Sunday morning, and I am doing this really early just because I have a lot of paperwork that I need to do before work tomorrow on Monday, and that's why if you guys see the camera, well, if you guys see the video, of course, you guys will see that I have like a little towel on my head. I'm trying, to make it dry relatively quickly. I wanted to do a quick video for you guys on my plants. About 3 years ago, I moved into this apartment, and for the first year I didn't have any plants just because when I used to live with my mom, I love my mom and everything, but she was horrible with plants. Like, she would buy a plant on Monday and then by Friday it was dead. It was completely just dead, and so I thought my whole family was cursed. I got these plants, and then one of my closest friends, Daniel, he started talking to me about propagation, and I had no idea what it was. It basically means that you don't just need seeds to make new plants grow. There's so many different ways that you can make little baby plants. So I want to show you guys the process that I've been taking. Just like many people, I used to have my plants on the floor, but the problem with that is that whenever my family's cats and dogs used to visit, my cats used to just completely scratch and just destroy my plants. So I decided to start putting them up on little shelves on the wall. I'm really short, so I need to use this staircase, or stairs, right? Yeah, staircase, to basically go up and get my plants. I feel kind of bad looking at these plants right now on my screen just because like 2 of them died, and I was just raving about how I'm not like my mom when it comes to plants, so this is really embarrassing, but it's okay. Hopefully you guys won't make the same mistakes as I'm making right now. So let me just take all of these here. Okay, so I actually want to begin talking about this one that you will see here, and I'll explain why. Last year, I actually started tutoring some children, and one of the parents of the students that I was tutoring, she had a beautiful, beautiful home with so many plants in her living room. I was obsessed. Every time I went there, I would ask her, wow, you have this new plant, can you tell me about this and this and that and all of this? And she actually gifted me this. Hopefully if I find a picture of what it would look like in the beginning, I'll post it up here. But if not, just think about this. Maybe had two of these, and that was it. And then with me, in a little over less than a year, look at how much it grew, right? It grew tremendously. So what I did to propagate this was that if you see this right here, instead of just cutting like one of the stems, I'll do something. For example, here I would basically cut it right here or here, and then place that in something like this. When I cut this one, I only had this leaf with a little bit of stem here, but this one grew quickly and this one grew. So in about 3 to 4 months, these two grew. However, if you look closely here, I feel so bad. This is completely dried out. So that means I probably didn't water it or change the water, because I also learned that when you put them in water like this, it oxidizes quickly. I hope oxidizes is the right word, but basically, it's water, and you don't want the plants to be in like dirty water the whole time. So I try to change it every 2 to 3 days, but for the past few weeks, I've been pretty bad about it. Like, I think I only changed it once last week, so I'll change it today. Anyways, if you notice, look at how beautiful this is. Look at what came out of it, or what's slowly growing out. Right, it's so cool. It's really pretty. I don't know why it's pretty dark here and then it's really light here, but I think this one is ready to actually be planted. So we'll be doing that later today, which I'm excited. But at the same time, I want to show you guys one of the bad things that happened. I also cut this one from here, and if you notice, look at this. This one is standing proudly, and this one's just, it's so sad. And the reason why, if I pull this one out, you can see like 2 little babies growing out of it. I don't think this one's ready to be in soil, but I will leave it in brand new water, for a few more weeks or maybe even a month, and see if it's ready for soil then. However, if I pull this back in, oh, I feel so bad. Look at this. This isn't even strong enough. Look at this one compared to how strong this one is. Do you even see it? Like, this one's super thin, and then this one's really thick and strong. Let's go to my next plant. This plant is called the Moneytree. I've been watching a lot of, K-dramas and Chinese dramas and Indian dramas, and even, like Latin telenovelas like Rebelde. I love Rebelde. And one of the biggest things that they always have is Moneytree. So I've always wanted a Moneytree. So this is my Moneytree right here. Look at how pretty it looks. Ooh, right? It looks beautiful. If you notice, the Moneytrees, they basically, I don't know the word, like they tie them together, like they twist them right here and then they tie them at the top as, let me see if you guys can see it on the camera, kind of like here. Oh, there we go, like this. And so you cannot see, at least I cannot see every single leaf that is on here, but if you notice like these, I can easily just go through them and see, oh, this leaf is not doing well, or this one's dying, or this one, this little one is blooming. So this one was really intimidating for me. But the good thing is, look at this. These two are completely brand new. They were not there at all. Look at this. It's beautiful. And if you look closely, a little baby is growing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Other babies are growing. Look at that. I'm like a proud grandmother. So with this one, I also tried propagating it and it did not turn out well. At first it did, but then I noticed it wasn't good. So when you see this, right, what I basically did, I cut the ones that were coming right out, like this one. So I cut this and then I put it again in shot glasses, but this is what happened. Oh, I feel bad. This is one that's dying. Look at this. The color is completely, it feels like I'm in fall, right? Do you see this compared to this here? Do you see the difference? It started to kind of grow out a little bit, but it stopped. So this one sadly is going to the garbage. The next plant I want to show you guys is this little cactus that I have. You know, I don't really know how to take care of it, just because I always thought that you could just spray it on top with water like a little sprayer. But then some people have been telling me that you shouldn't and that it should just be in the soil, and there's just so much information out there and it can be really intimidating for somebody like myself. I don't want to kill my plants, but at the same time, you know, I want to make them really grow, and I know patience is a really big thing when it comes to plants. So this is mine. Do you see how this one's right here? It used to have a little brother on this side here, but I noticed one time when I was spraying the water, just bloop, it just completely fell off. And I didn't know what happened to it. It's super cute and pointy, and you don't want to touch it because it's gonna hurt you and you might bleed. But this belongs here. Now let me show you my biggest plant that I have here. This one's my real baby, just because it was the very first one that I got. So technically it's not a baby, it's like the adult plant, but I call it my baby, just like, you know, when you have children and your firstborn will always be your baby. So let me show you guys right now. I made a hot mess in my living room just for me to be able to show you this plant. Like, I moved my rug around, but you guys can see here. But this is the first plant that I got. I want to say it's like a corn plant. I'm probably going to check this before I post a video. But if you can see, the bad thing about this is that if you guys notice, the leaves, they kind of curl up on the sides. Here, let me see. Do you guys see this? How they kind of curl up on the sides, which makes me pretty sad. But look, right here, you can see that it's still growing. And this one was actually not here, but look at how much it's grown. Let me move this around a little bit. Right there. Here we go. Oh, look, on this side too. And you can see it's still growing. So I experimented a lot with this plant. And what I did, I basically got 2 of the leaves and I went all the way to like the root of it, as close as possible to the root. And I placed them in vases. And I had both a successful experiment and then a really bad one. I'll show you guys the failure. So this is the failure. Oh, it looks so bad, but this is it. Look at this. I don't even know what happened. Maybe I really did completely forget to just water it. Just hear this. It's telling me shame on you, Joanna. Do you guys remember Kim Possible, the lake monster? This looks like he lives here. Ew. Ew, it's so gross. Now let me show you guys the completely different one. This one is so cool. Give me 1 second. Look at this beauty. Wow. So big difference. This one here, this one here, as you guys can tell, I just cut it from the leaf. Like, I just went to the closest thing, the water, to the leaf, and then I cut it. This one here, it wasn't just one leaf. So that one is basically me just cutting it here. This, if you notice, I cut this whole part off. So I think it's not a palm tree, but imagine just getting this whole little baby butt off. And look at how much it has grown, guys. It's amazing, right? I love it. I still can't believe all of this. This all happened within like 4 months. So that's pretty amazing. You know, if I was more savvy with the camera, I would have done like a time lapse, but sadly I didn't. But that's why I wanted to do this update, to show you guys. Alright guys, so now it's time to actually do something about all of this. So this one here, we're going to propagate these and put them in shot glasses. So I'm excited about that. I am going to discard this one. So this one's going to the garbage because it's pretty much dead. This one is going to the garbage because it's most definitely dead. This one's gonna go back up there, but that could be last just because the stairs. These, I'm going to put them in soil. So let me separate this. So this in soil, this in soil, this in soil. So these three are gonna go in soil. I know it looks really unorganized right now, but you guys will check. This one here, let me move this to the side. So this one right here, I actually don't want to propagate it just because I'm really happy that the little baby leaves came out, or that, you know, like new ones are coming out. So I don't want to touch this. I want to leave this as is. So I'll put this to the side. Alright guys, what should we do first? Should we propagate? Let's propagate. Okay. Alright guys, so I just washed these. I decided to use this one here. Right, it's super cute, but I can see it on this side. And I decided to use this one as well just because it's completely see-through. It's actually really great. I wasn't even trying to represent Mexico in this video, but here I am again representing my home country. So Mexico wins today and every other day, but today especially. Okay, I completely forgot I need my scissors, so give me a second. So in case you guys don't know, whenever you're using scissors, make sure that they're super clean because just like anything, they can carry bacteria and you don't want to, you know, give the bacteria to these plants. So let's start off. If I see something like this, for example, so these two here, instead of cutting it right here, I want to cut it right over here. So let me just, and look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it like this, and then just 1, 2, and so do you guys see this? And it basically left it off like this so that this one can grow. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, so that this one can grow, and I cut it from here. So this one, I'll just put it right here. There we go. Do you guys see how this here kind of splits at the end? But this one only really has 2. I'm going to cut it right here so that this one gets to grow out from this one. As close as possible. Ouch. Right. Be careful. There you go. So this is now just like this. So just a little pop thing. And this one here, 2, and this here, I'll put it right here. Yay! So now my 2 little shot glasses are full again. So my friend Daniel gave me so many of these kinds of pots, like way too many. I probably do not have enough. I don't have enough plants for them. But these were the smallest ones that I could find. There's like this little, very average green one. There's this black one that's right in here. You guys can see it. And then there's also this one. But I feel that for these, I think these 2 should be okay. You know, and I think after 2 weeks, I'll check on them and see if the roots are growing way too quickly. Then I'll change it into something bigger. Sadly, I don't have a little vase for this. So for right now, I'm just going to use paper towel, which luckily I have right here. I don't know if any of you guys are like me, but you know, I love the outdoors. I love going hiking and running outside and everything like that, but I am so afraid of insects and bugs, and I'm so afraid of touching the soil. I don't know, I get really grossed out really quickly. Like I just picture worms coming out and ants and insects, and actually no, that was one of the biggest reasons to why I never wanted to get plants when I was growing up. Because one time my family and I, we went to like this farm, and you know, we went to this place where they grew a lot of, was it cabbages or like lettuce? I think it was lettuce, and you can actually pick your own lettuce and take it home. And just thinking about it, we got this lettuce, we took it home, and I remember I'm taking out a leaf and a worm was there. It was the most disgusting thing that I ever saw, and I think for like 10 years I purposely couldn't eat lettuce. Because I just, you know, I just think about lettuce equals worm and me eating it. So I'm telling you, Daniel is amazing when it comes to plants. I told him to open up a YouTube channel where he can focus on plants because he's so good at it. And he gave me this whole thing right here. So I'll be using this. Oh, this is nice. Should I be using a spoon for this, guys? Or or not. Yeah, let me see if I have a plastic spoon for this because of reasons. I'll be back. Alright guys, I couldn't find a plastic spoon anywhere in my apartment, so I'm going to use this silver spoon. I disinfected it, I wiped it down with water. I think it's pretty okay for me to use. I moved it to this side because as you guys can tell, when I had it here, it made everything look completely dark because the lighting sucks in this apartment. But is it bad for me to say that this soil smells really good? I don't know, it reminds me of like a barbecue in the summer, and I don't even like summer, so that's telling you something. You guys notice how I'm like completely apart because I don't want I don't want this falling on my shirt. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to put, this one's a bit taller, so I'm gonna put this here. Ooh, this is so cool. Just like this, and put some more soil. Okay guys, so this is what they look like so far. Whew, holy, look at this mess. It looks like a flower, right? Because of the little holes here. Let me leave this here. Let me see if there's a good way for me to show you guys this or display it. Okay, so it's kind of, there's like a little rim right here around, so I kind of stopped it just right there. Can you see it? Yes, good. And I did the same thing with this one. Let me flatten it out a bit. Look at, make it more presentable for you guys. So this one too, I did it right here. There we go. So with this little rim here, I also stopped it right here. However, now I'm going to make sure that I water them. Fun fact, my two favorite colors are green and red, but ironically, it's the same as the Mexican colors, and I promise that's not planned. I've just always loved the green color, and red, as you guys can see from my fingers, is just so bright and beautiful, and I feel that they complement each other really well. So for this one, should I spray it? No, let me just open this up. I think that's good. A little bit more. I'll let that go down, and then let me go to the next one. Here. Ooh. I think this is so cool. It's just so cool. Oh, it's doing a really weird thing with the soil. Let me show you. Oh, it looks like it's alive. Okay, wait a second. Look at this. Oh no, the water's already coming down, which I guess it's a nice thing, but you know what? What I'm gonna do now, instead of just putting water directly on it, because isn't this kind of like sand? You know when you're trying to make a sand castle and you kind of wet it on purpose to make it more solid, or is that not a thing? I'll leave this here. I'll see. I don't think this one's going down. This one completely went through. I don't know if that's a good thing or if I should put some more. I'll leave that on the side. And this one, definitely spray it. So from all the videos I've been watching on YouTube, they said that for this one, when you water it, to make sure it goes down, and it's okay if it stays on this little plate, just because it will absorb it. So that's good. You know that it went all through the roots. So let me just, yeah guys, I am definitely not organized when it comes to plants. Give me paperwork, it's gonna come out beautiful. But plants, there's just so many things that I don't account for. So with this one, it actually looks completely nice and wet. And you know, people tell you if you want to know if a plant is wet or not, just put like a finger here. I'll put this one, bloop. And if it comes out like this, then it's pretty wet. So I think the person I live with watered this one, so that's a good thing. Yay! Finally, I am going to put this one in soil. This one is like the big experiment here. Which one should I use? This one or this one? Honestly, I'm leaning more towards the black one, so let me just stick with the black one. Yeah, let me use this one. Okay, so let's just repeat the same steps I did before. I'm going to just put half of it with soil, put this in, put more soil. I'll speed this up for you guys. Alright guys, so I think I'm almost done. I'm just going to tidy this up so that I can show you guys everything that we did together today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun planting these in soil, especially because I've been putting it off for the longest. I've been saying week after week, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and it just never happened. So I thought it was such a good idea for me to just show you guys all of the propagating experiments I've been having, and hopefully in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, these plants are going to grow and I'll be able to raise some more little tiny plant babies from these. I hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you guys so very much. And if you haven't, just click the subscribe button and I will see you again next week. Bye everybody.